Thanks, April. It seems that spring has truly sprung. The Providence Journal reported last week that the state's May Revenue Conference has concluded with upbeat news. The economists and income analysts who meet twice a year to place bets on revenue have forecast an extra $47.5 million in the state's coffers to help cover the fiscal year 17 budget. This upsurge was said to come primarily from increases in gambling revenue and more persistence in the collection of income taxes. That's great, but it says nothing about estimates for expenditures. Only the Rhode Island House can speak definitively on that, and they're not talking just yet. Every year, the hopeful press releases are sent out promising a balanced budget. The intimation is that the higher the forecast revenue, which magically appears every spring, is the reason we'll be able to cover all expenses. Later this spring, we'll see the egregiously inflated figures for forecast interest income. Then, if only on paper and just for one brief shining moment, there will be the mirage of a balanced budget. This year, there may be an ugly wrinkle, though. This year, the normal fantasy of the Ocean State budget process may be interrupted by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, or GASB. This private organization develops the recognized standards by which all government books must be kept. This year, GASB has promulgated new requirements for recognizing both revenue and expenses. In a word, estimating 15% return on a public investment during a time of generally zero interest rates will now be frowned upon. Worse yet, liabilities already accrued but not yet due will also have to be shown on the balance sheet and therefore the budget. I'm talking to you, other post-benefit employment benefits. So the books of the state, its capital, and all its other municipalities will suddenly look a lot less rosy. Bond ratings will undoubtedly sink. In short, the number of financial magic tricks that eager elected officials will be able to perform will be severely curtailed. That's a good thing for transparency, but then it was always on the voter, only the voters who cared about that. There will be pain and suffering as budgets are passed all around Little Rhodey. The real crunch comes later, though. Now that these extra liabilities will be clearly shown on the books, there'll be far less slush money than anyone has been used to in recent times. There will be real obstacles to pay raises, both those in the pipeline and those about to be negotiated. Staff expansions will be difficult to the point of impossible in all but the most critical instances. All this will test the mettle of our elected officials at all levels of government. Will they be able to adapt to the new environment of scarce resources? I hope so, of course, but recent history doesn't give me much cause for optimism. April?